Good morning, Cranes. I'm Malinzak.
And I'm Zimry Kramer.
Today is Wednesday, May 1st.
And we're coming to you from the Cktv studio with today's episode produced by our DBP staff.
It's hard to believe we're already to the month of May.
I know. That means we're only down to 5 weeks left of school.
And only 2 more shows for Cktv this school year.
Well, in that case, let's get to it.
The Solo and Ensemble Festival took place on April 13th, and there were 26 Cranbrook events. 23 placed as First Division, 2 placed as Second Division, and there was only 1 third place division finish. Nice work to all who participated.
This Saturday, 178 students from 23 different schools in the Oakland County area performed in 2 ensembles as part of the Middle School Honors Band Day at Milford High School. The following CKMSB students participated and were selected based on factors like a strong musical foundation, proficiency on their instrument, sight reading ability, positive attitude, and dedication.
The goal of the festival was to give a musical and social opportunity for our middle school musicians and provide them with a unique, non-competitive experience outside of the regular band classroom. Great job to our MSB students who participated in this festival.
In health news, Cranbrook released a revised COVID policy on April 9th. Cranbrook is following the latest recommendation from the CDC and the Oakland County Health Department. The revised policy dictates that students and staff with a respiratory virus, including COVID, should stay home. They can return to school when symptoms have improved overall and have been fever-free for at least 24 hours without medication.
And it's recommended that anyone diagnosed with COVID-19 should consider wearing a well-fitting mask for 5 additional days upon returning to school.
Now let's get into our grade level news.
In 6th grade news, a new faculty member has been introduced to the MSB, Mr. Whittaker. He is currently teaching 6th grade math and will be a coach for football next year. Cktv students Dylan Beznos and Kanav Kalmadi were able to ask a few facts about him and his goals for the rest of the school year.
You know, I am super excited about getting these guys through their next 3 units. It's going to be kind of a rush here to get to them to the end of the year. It's a lot to do, but I'm excited to watch them grow. I'm excited to see them, expand their math knowledge is what I'm excited for. So far, I guess a real highlight I'd say was my Math 6 kids. They were doing some inequalities, and it's a pretty tough concept for 6th graders, especially if they haven't seen it before, and they just rocked it and nailed it. And then my pre-algebra and my Math 6 honors, highlights of them are they've taken some tests and just blown them out of the water, hundreds of percents, a lot, and high 90s, and just great kids.
Whittaker's really nice. He's doing a really good job stepping in. It was really very nice of him to do that for us. He's a very good teacher. I'm in his advisory, and he always makes things serious but also fun.
My favorite part about being in Cranbrook is got to be, 2 things. One, the kids, my 6th graders, they're great. They are awesome kids. They're fun to teach. They're fun to be in class with. And then another favorite part are, the teachers and the other staff here too. Just really welcoming and help me fit in right away.
I couldn't be happier. Mr. Whittaker is someone who I met this year in a completely different capacity. I was actually talking to him about football.
I'll be helping out here with the middle school football. I'll also be working with our varsity next year. Something I used to do probably 15, 20 years ago now and really enjoyed it. But I was very excited to be part of the Cranbrook football team.
The conversation just turned into school and helping kids. And then I found out his background and how he's worked at schools his whole life and all of the things he has under his belt, all the things that he's done in different school districts all over this country.
My goal is for every kid to go as far as they possibly can in math this year, but not only this year. I want them to have those background skills so that they can just, fly through the rest of middle school and upper school and college and life.
We are so lucky to have Mr. Whittaker here working with the 6th grade. He not only is a great guy, but he is great with the 6th grade kids, and his knowledge is absolutely fantastic, and his skill set is fantastic.
Thank you for that, Kanav and Dylan. And welcome, Mr. Whittaker.
In 7th grade news, the 7th grade technology class started on one of their biggest projects yet, designing and building Mars rovers. To make the rovers, they are using a lot of different materials, such as cups, yarns, straws, cardboard, and much more. The base of the rover is a spherobot, and modifications are added to cross a mini model of the Martian surface.
In 8th grade news, the class of 28 has started working on their personal projects in English class. Cktv member Christian Struebel had a chance to chat with 8th grade teacher Miss Hammett about these important projects.
The 8th grade personal project is our final assessment. It's basically a culminating activity where students get to take something they're passionate about. So some people would call it like a passion project. So they get to the opportunity to take this passion and research and learn more about the passion. So for basically the past 8 years, they've had teachers and instructors giving them the instruction, giving them the topics, and now we flipped it so the students have the opportunity to learn and study something that they're passionate about. Once they have figured out what they're passionate about, they do the research, then they get to decide on making a project, and that project can be an experience. That project can be something like, I have a student who was interested in sewing and he wanted to learn how to sew. So he found out through his research and he liked animals. So by combining those two passions, he is going to sew and create animal toys and bedding for an animal shelter, and then he's going to give those things that he made to the shelter. So there's a community service component of it as well. And the reason for that is because of our cornerstone is aim high, go forth and serve. So this way the students are taking something that they're passionate about, something that they've researched, something that they've created, and then they get to give back to the community.
The projects will be completed on May 20th and will count as part of their final exam. Cktv will be featuring a few of these projects on future episodes.
2 weeks ago, the 8th graders started their water polo unit. The lesson lasted 6 days, giving each gym class 3 days to play. Cktv members Isaiah, Provost, and Lucas Bowerman were able to catch up with Mr. Hughes to talk about this experience with this fun unit. They also chatted to a few students to hear more from their experience.
Overall, I thought it went really well. I thought it was competitive. I thought the kids were respectful to Coach Tim. I'm really excited to do it next year. I think it's going to be bigger and better, and hopefully double the size in terms of times going out there.
I really liked it since I've never played water polo before, and it was like a new experience for me.
It was fun. The only issue with it is that it was a lot of going back and forth, and we didn't have enough time. We were only in the pool for 25 to 30 minutes every day, so we couldn't really learn how to do stuff. Some other type of water unit, not just water polo.
Big shout out to everyone that participated and tried their best and didn't drown, so that's always a good thing. So yeah, look forward to next year.
Thanks for that, Isaiah and Lucas.
And now we're going to kick it over to Rawlins, who has all the info you need about MSB sports, intramural, and clubs. Brooks?
I'm Brooks Rawlins, and I'm here with all your MSB sports, IM, and club news. Let's start with sports. MSB tennis is playing away at Berkshire Middle School today at 4:15. On Monday, May 6th, they'll be away against Novi Middle School. And on Wednesday, May 8th, they'll be at home matching up against Derby Middle School. In lacrosse, MSB will be home playing Birmingham at 6:45. And on Monday, May the 6th, they'll be playing to take on Sacred Heart at home. In MSB baseball news, the team will take on North Hills Middle School at home on Monday at 4:15. And next Wednesday, May 8th, they go up against Ferndale Middle School. And lastly, in track and field news, the team had their first meet on Thursday, April 19th against Ferndale Middle School, where the team put a big W in the record books, with the boys winning 72-57 and the girls dominating 102-10. Their next meet is tomorrow against Oak Park Middle School at Oak Park High School. And in intramural news, there's a new program starting soon called Search for Speed. The group is led by USA Cycling and is an opportunity for both middle school boys and girls. USA Cycling will come and set up 2 trainer bikes in the MSB and MSG gyms. Students who would like to try it out can get on the bikes and do some cycling tests. If your score is high enough, you will be invited to go to the Lexus Velodrome for a clinic. And those who perform well, there, you have the chance of being invited to go to the USA Cycling program to train for the 2028 Olympics. The first test will take place in the MSB gym on May 14th. For more info, dates, or questions, please contact Mr. Hughes. That's all for MSB Sports and Intramural. I'm Brooks Rawlins. Back to you guys at the news desk, Mac and Zimry.
Thanks, Brooks. Now, as we wrap up, we'll leave you with the spark of creativity happening in the 7th grade Spanish classes.
The boys have been putting together artistic talents to work as they craft these unique puppets using socks. But it doesn't just stop at puppet making.
Now the classes are writing out scenes for the puppets, all in Spanish, mind you, and we'll be filming them.
Stay tuned for our next show to see some of the clips from that.
Well, that wraps up our show. Thank you for watching.
If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our Cktv YouTube channel.
You can find us at Cktv MSB.
We'll post our bi-weekly shows along with other content throughout the rest of the year. Once again, I'm Zimry Kramer.
And I'm Mac Malinzak. Have a great rest of your week, Cranes. We'll see you back here for our next show, which will air on Wednesday, May 15th.